Hello everyone, I am the Aries and I'm coming to you today with another video about something or another. As usual, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to say, but I assume I'll start saying something sometime. So I hope everyone is doing well today. It's Monday, June, almost the end of June. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm feeling pretty good today. And I think, I don't know, we should be all feeling good because, oh look, lovers on the bottom. Well, split deck. Because I understand things are bad in this world. I understand this, but, well, it's cliche to say, but things could be worse. And as bad as things are, we have to understand that the world is just recalibrating itself. Past wrongs are being righted. Bullshit people are being exposed. Their bullshit is being shown in a way that we all see what's going on. And now we have the chance to do something about it. No one's being allowed to hide their head in the sand these days because with the advent of these smartphones, you know what's going on. You don't have to worry about the news changing, whatever, because you see what's going on from a person's perspective. What's going on, real people's perspective. While I'm shuffling, I'll just update people to what I'm actually doing in this world right now. Right now I'm on a big manifestation kick. I'm trying to manifest a lot of justice in this world, and right now I've got my eyes set on the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. I've mentioned before in some of my other videos, I believe, that they're bullying the people of Taiwan, the nation of Taiwan, I'll say, even though China probably just thinks it's another province, but they've been separated from China since Chiang Kai-shek, World War II, so I think they have the right to call themselves a people, a nation. And China can't reclaim it. The divine don't want that. Why? Because China is full of bullshit. Now, not the people, but just the government. They're acting imperialistic towards all of Asia from what I see. More than likely spread that stupid coronavirus everywhere. Now, I'm not saying they released it on purpose. I'm just saying they were dabbling in things they shouldn't have been dabbling, and human error allowed it to spread. And of course, CCP is not going to sit there and say this. So how many people have died because they didn't come clean with this? And that's why we don't want these nations dabbling in bioweapons and viruses, because there's no point in it. For what? They're just going to escape, mutate, whatever, and just become more of a problem. And it's really an irresponsible nation that wants to dabble in bioweapons. Bad enough we deal with nuclear weapons, but bioweapons, I think it's probably harder to put that genie in the box. I mean, you know, with nuclear weapons, people are going to have to be careful, you know, but with viruses and everything like that, just, I don't really see a way to control that. And that's why the universe is kind of upset with China, because they've been exploited in the past. They were the victims of imperialism. But now what do they want to do? They want to do the same thing to other people in this world, as if they didn't learn their lesson. See, you go through these things, you have to learn empathy for other people so that you don't want to do to other people what other people have done to you. But as I've mentioned before, they're taking the same route that Japan took leading up to World War II, when they realized that they weren't the middle of the world, realized that military-wise, they were in a vulnerable spot. So, of course, the Japanese remodernized all their facilities, but they took the German model, and we see what happened with that. Axis of evil. And China's taking the same route today, so universe does not want that. China is under divine karma, and any nation that wants to deal with them must be aware that that karma could spread to others, because if you know a nation is doing bullshit and you deal with them anyway, aren't you in effect condoning some of the bullshit they're doing? I happen to think so, and the universe happens to think so as well. And the Beijing Olympics. What in the world is the IOC, International Olympic Committee? What are they thinking holding this Olympics there? Now, we already know that the IOC is kind of corrupt, taking bribes and all that. I think there was a big scandal a few years back. We know China has a lot of money. We know China wants recognition. And so they're going to bribe who they need to. Yeah, I said it. I think the IOC is taking all kinds of bribes. So, the Olympics is supposed to foster goodwill towards people and everything like that, but look what China is doing to the Uyghur people. They're in internment camps, concentration camps, being forced sterilizations. And they're going to hold the Olympics there? What kind of sense does that make? And I'm telling you now, the divine are not going to sit there and just do nothing. We're going to use everything at our disposal to get a point across. Do right, or suffer your karma. The same thing goes for Kim Jong-un, whose days are numbered. He's talking about, I think there was a press conference a couple days ago. He's talking about his people are starving, but yet and still, he can sit there and have a nuclear weapons program. He's shooting people who want to defect from North Korea. He's keeping people in hell, in a sense. Now, if that's not the devil energy, I don't know what is. And that's not to sit there and say that other people in other nations in this world aren't under karma as well. Looking at Vladimir Putin here, because that's a jackbooted thug if I've ever seen one. Ex-KGB. It's funny how China, Russia, and North Korea are kind of banding together in a whole bunch of bullshit. Now, historically, Russia has always liked the strongman in power. But it's one thing to be a strongman, it's another thing to be a thug. And so the divine will be keeping an eye on Russia. But for right now, we want to deal with China, I believe. Because I don't really see there are any real checks against Chinese aggression. They're going to take advantage of America's lull on the world scene these days. And the rest of the Asian nations, Japan has no army, or no, I think it's part of the countries, they have no army, maybe a defense force, but, you know, and the rest of these Asian nations, slim pickings for China, an imperialistic China. So yeah, there's karma in the world. There's karma for China. Well, specifically for the CCP, but when you're dealing with the karma of nations, everyone suffers, I'm afraid. Hopefully, well, I don't know. Hopefully the Chinese people will, I don't want to sit there and say rise up, but do something, you know. Because remember, Chairman Mao was just as bad as Stalin and Hitler when it came to a kill count. Probably worse than Hitler, I believe. Not as bad as Stalin, I don't believe, or they were pretty much even. Cultural Revolution. If you haven't read up about it, read up about it. And Mao would have sat there and said he didn't like imperialism, but look what China has become today. Of course, Mao was a crazy person anyway, but how different are they from the Chinese leadership of today? Remember Tiananmen Square? So, I've been on Twitter lately well, I'm not going to say I've been bashing, but I've just been giving friendly reminders about karma and how the divine don't want a bunch of bullshit. Of course, people won't listen because who's going to believe anything we say until things start happening? And even then, people will probably be like, oh, that's just coincidence. Oh, it's not coincidence because there's no such thing as coincidence. What's going to go on? The karma that's going to happen. 1 second.